What if I told you that everything you've ever thought about yourself, everything you've been told you are, is a lie? That there's a shadow world, hidden in plain sight, that's been watching you, waiting for the right moment. And now, that moment is here. You've just received a message you never asked for, a name whispered in rooms you've never entered, and suddenly, they're claiming you. Yes, you. The lost heir of a society so secret, so powerful, you can't even begin to imagine their reach. No, no, no. Don't shrug it off. Don't laugh it off like it's some prank or a misdirected email. This isn't about money. It isn't about fame. This is about legacy, lineage, the unspoken pull of a destiny that was carved before you even knew how to breathe. They see something in you, something hidden, something dangerous, something that if unleashed could tear through every wall you thought was permanent in your life. And yet, here you are, clueless, sitting in your room, scrolling. Ha! It's perfect, isn't it? Picture this, a world behind the world, layers upon layers of whispers, rituals, symbols, secrets that were never meant to be uncovered by someone like you. And yet, they found you. Why? Did you stumble into their gaze, or were you always meant to be caught? The questions are delicious, aren't they? The suspense, the knowledge that your entire identity, your normal, safe life, is about to be ripped open. And when that happens, nothing will ever feel the same. They send invitations, messages and symbols. A calling card left in a place only you could notice. Some would flee, some would laugh, but not you. Not now. Because deep down, you've always felt it. That gnawing pull at the back of your mind. That voice that whispers, there's more. There's something beyond the walls they built for you. Yes, it's there. And now it's real. The weight of your own potential, pressing against the limits of your ignorance. Can you feel it? This is where your old life ends. The routines, the small talk, the safe illusions, they crumble under the weight of recognition. And what takes their place? Power. Knowledge, influence, secrets, control. Intoxicating, isn't it? But not in a cartoonish take over the world way. No, this is subtler, more precise. Every whisper, every shadow, every glance holds meaning. And you are the key they've been waiting for. And here's the kicker. You've never even heard of them. Not a single clue, not a single breadcrumb in your history. And that's exactly how they want it. Because when you step into this world, everything you thought you knew about yourself, about loyalty, about ambition, about fear, it will flip. And your choices? They won't just shape your life. They'll shape something far bigger. Something you can't yet see, but that will soon demand your attention. So here you are, on the edge. A door stands before you. Behind it, secrets older than empires. Knowledge is so potent, it can ignite or destroy. And the choice is yours. Walk away or step in. The thrill of not knowing, of being hunted by something invisible yet omnipresent. It's intoxicating. They're calling. Will you answer? Because listen closely. Once you do, there's no pretending you're ordinary ever again. You will see the threads, you will see the manipulators, and you will realize every move, every thought, every hesitation has been leading you here. Huh. It's your turn now. The question isn't if you'll rise. It's whether you're ready to face the shadow that's always been waiting for you, in your own bloodline, in your own story. Do you feel it? That pulse in your chest, the one that says you're no longer just a spectator. That's the call of the society. They don't want your obedience. They want your awakening. They want you to remember what you were always meant to be, to see the patterns, to feel the currents beneath the surface of the world. Every secret, every alliance, every shadow you've ignored, it's all a playground now. And you're the piece that can move through it all with purpose. Imagine walking into a room where everyone knows your name, yet no one knows you. Huh. The thrill of invisibility and recognition all at once. That's how power feels, when it's subtle, when it whispers rather than shouts. They will test you, not with swords or threats, but with choices. Little ones, big ones. Decisions that seem meaningless at first glance, but will ripple across your life and theirs. And here's the truth. You've already been tested. Every frustration, every small victory, every unnoticed moment, it has led you to this edge. You think you're ordinary? Oh no, you're far from it. The world has been training you, shaping you, sharpening you for something it didn't even know it needed. And now the society comes like a shadow sliding across the floor and says, step up. There's fear. Yes, there's excitement. But there's also clarity. A cruel, intoxicating clarity that slices through doubt and hesitation. Ah, delicious, isn't it? To know that your life has purpose beyond the obvious. They will ask for more than courage. They will demand intelligence, intuition, patience, and daring. They will challenge you to see beyond what is told and recognize what is hidden. And here's the dark beauty of it. The more you struggle, the more you fight, the more alive you become. Every obstacle, every puzzle, every secret they reveal is a reflection of your own potential. And every time you rise to meet it, you are no longer just a player. You are a force. A disruptor, a key. Step carefully, but step boldly. They are not interested in the timid. They want someone who can move through fear without surrendering. Someone who can see the labyrinth and navigate it, piece by piece, shadow by shadow. And guess what? That someone is you. Huh. Can you feel the weight of that realization pressing against your spine? That it's not about luck or chance or coincidence. It's about recognition. They see what you've always ignored. And now it's your choice. Retreat into the comfortable, meaningless patterns of your past, or lean into the unknown. Lean into the tension. Lean into the secrets that could reshape everything. The path will not be easy. There will be betrayal. There will be doubt. There will be nights when you wonder if it's all worth it. But those are the nights that will define you, that will separate you from the ordinary, the mundane, the forgotten. Because here's the ultimate truth. The society doesn't just want heirs. They want awakeners, rebels, architects of a reality that bends to perception, strategy, and courage. They want someone who can step out of the shadow and command their own narrative. And yes, that someone is already inside you, waiting to rise, waiting to claim what has always belonged to them and to you. So listen, hear the whispers, Feel the symbols, the signs, the subtle pressures that tug at the edge of your consciousness. This is your moment. The moment where you stop being an observer. The moment where the invisible hand reaches out and says, "Your turn." Wow, can you hear it? The thrill, the danger, the promise of power wrapped in mystery. The world you've known is over. The world that awaits is waiting for you to step up or to fade into nothing. Huh? Do you feel that? That electric pulse running through your veins? That whisper of destiny brushing against your skin? That's not fear, that's awareness. Society doesn't just want heirs. They want someone alive, truly alive. Someone who can see the invisible threads and pull them, twist them, shape them. Someone who can stare into the shadows and laugh at the hesitation that holds everyone else back. They've chosen you, not because you asked, not because you earned it by conventional rules. They chose you because you are capable, because buried under all the doubts, the routines, the lies you tell yourself, is someone sharp, perceptive, relentless, someone dangerous. Yes, dangerous, in the way that matters. Dangerous in the sense that you can move the world quietly, without anyone noticing, until it's too late. Every secret they reveal, every challenge they place before you is a mirror of your own potential. Look into it. Really look. What do you see? A timid life or a mind awake, eyes open, pulse racing with the thrill of possibility? Ah, this is the edge where ordinary ends and power begins. And power isn't something you take, it's something you awaken, something you recognize, something you claim. Think about it. Every struggle you've faced, every failure, every moment of frustration, it was training, it was preparation. Society didn't just find you by chance. They found you because you were ready, even if you didn't know it. Every small victory you ignored, every unnoticed skill you brushed off, it has led to this. And now, the world is different. You are different, and nothing will ever feel ordinary again. Step forward, step boldly. The shadows are not your enemies, they are your allies. The secrets are not threats, they are keys. Every challenge they set before you, every test, every hidden rule, it's an opportunity to rise, to claim what was always meant for you, to become more than the sum of your doubts, more than the sum of your fears, more than anyone ever imagined you could be. And here's the truth that will sting. Nothing will wait for you. No one will hand it over. No one will bow. You must take it. You must earn it. You must confront the whispers, the riddles, the shadows, and emerge stronger, sharper, awake. Exhilarating, isn't it? To know that your life, your choices, your courage are the currency of your destiny. So what will you do? Will you shrink? Will you hide behind excuses, regrets, distractions? Or will you rise? Will you claim the path they've laid before you, step into the mystery and seize the power, the knowledge, the influence that is yours by right? The choice is terrifying. The choice is intoxicating. The choice is yours, and only you can take it. Society is waiting. The shadows are ready. The secrets are poised to unfold. And you are the spark, the key, the air, the awakener of what has been hidden for centuries. Feel it. Let it course through you. The world will never look the same once you step into it. The rules will bend, the patterns will shift, and you will realize you are not ordinary. You were never ordinary. You were always meant for this. Now listen closely. This is where the ordinary ends and the extraordinary begins. The shadows aren't waiting for anyone else. The doors aren't open to anyone else. Society has reached for you, and they won't wait forever. Every second you hesitate, every moment you question, someone else could step in, but not you. You're already here. You've already felt the pull. You've already glimpsed the hidden threads of power, knowledge, and opportunity. Do you feel that? That tightness in your chest? That spark of energy that refuses to be ignored? That is your cue. That is your signal that your life is about to change if you dare to reach for it. And I'm not talking about comfort. I'm talking about challenges, about pushing yourself into the unknown, stepping into the shadows, and taking the place that has always been waiting for you. Yes. Thrilling, isn't it? They are calling for you. The signs are everywhere, if you have the eyes to see them. The symbols, the whispers, the subtle nudges of fate, they are yours to follow. And each one is a test. Each one is a doorway. And every doorway you walk through will reveal more than you ever imagined. The excitement, the tension, the delicious fear of the unknown. It's intoxicating, and it's real. So here's the choice. Right now, right here, in this moment, you can step back, shrink into the shadows of your old life. Pretend that you're safe, that you're ordinary, that the whispers don't matter. Or you can step forward. Step into the story that has been written for you. Step into the society that sees you for what you are. A force, a mind, a spark waiting to ignite. Feel the power of that thought. Feel it coursing through you. And here's the final truth. No one else will do this for you. No one else can unlock what's inside you. You are the air. You are the key. You are the awakening. And it starts now. Take the step. Answer the call. Open the door. Lean into the challenge. Embrace the shadow. And watch as your life transforms into something you've never dared to imagine. The world will notice. Society will notice. And most importantly, you will notice. The spark inside you that was always waiting finally ignites. Yes, finally ignites, and there will be no turning back. So, are you ready? Really ready? Then step forward. Claim what's yours, and show the world that the lost heir has arrived. The shadow is yours. The choice is yours. The power is yours. They've decided who you are before you even speak. They've put you in a box they built from rumors and cheap conclusions. And right now, they are enjoying it. Because mockery is easy. Because arrogance loves an audience. Because it feels powerful to look down at someone who hasn't shown their cards yet. You're watching this because you know that you've felt it land on you, heavy, cold, patient, like it's waiting for you to fail. Look closer at that arrogant person. See how loud they are, how relaxed, how certain. They don't whisper, they announce. They don't listen. They assume. Everyone's laughing with them, or pretending to. It feels like a performance, and you're the punchline. But here's the tension. Here's the crack in the mask. They don't actually know what happens next. Nah, they think laughter is a finish line. They think approval is armor. They think confidence without depth is enough. They don't realize how fragile borrowed validation really is. One moment it shines, the next it vanishes, and when it does, it takes everything with it. This is where the story sharpens. Because arrogance doesn't fall when challenged directly. It falls when reality shows up quietly, when effort speaks without noise, when consistency walks in without asking for permission. The arrogant person never plans for that. They plan for applause, for easy wins, for shortcuts that look impressive from far away. No. They don't train for silence. They don't prepare for being ignored. And that's the danger they never see. The danger of being loud while someone else is becoming solid, while someone else is learning, refining, enduring, while someone else is watching and remembering every laugh. You see, being laughed at is not the curse they think it is. It's information. It tells you who is distracted, who is careless, who thinks the story has already ended. When people laugh at you, they stop watching closely. They stop guarding their position. They underestimate the quiet work happening off stage. And underestimation is a risky mistake. Because growth doesn't announce itself early. Progress doesn't ask for permission. The most dangerous shifts happen when no one thinks they need to pay attention. While they're laughing, you're gathering clarity. While they're joking, you're sharpening direction. This is not about revenge. It's about consequences. Arrogance creates blind spots, big ones. It teaches people to talk instead of learning, to assume instead of verify, to mock instead of prepare. And when reality tests that arrogance, there is no crowd to help, no laughter to lean on, just exposure, just silence. That's when confidence without substance collapses inward, not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. And quietly is worse, because there's no excuse left. Only the realization that they missed the moment to grow while they were busy performing superiority. So if you're standing there right now, feeling small under someone else's laughter, stay still. Don't rush to prove anything. Don't explain yourself. Don't beg for recognition. Let them laugh. Let them feel tall for a moment. The story isn't finished where they think it is. Nah, this introduction is not here to comfort you. It's here to wake you up. Because what happens next depends on what you do while you're underestimated. And what happens to the arrogant person depends on what they ignore. The mask starts to slip. Now the room changes. Not on the surface, not yet. The laughter is still there. The posture is still relaxed. The arrogant person still believes they are ahead. But underneath, something has shifted. You stopped reacting. You stopped shrinking. You stopped trying to be understood by people who never intended to understand you. That silence you chose, it's not a weakness. It's pressure building. Pressure that doesn't scream. Pressure that waits. Arrogance feeds on attention, on reactions, on resistance. When you argue back, it feels important. When you explain yourself, it feels validated. When you get emotional, it feels superior. But when you go quiet, something breaks in their rhythm. They start checking the room more often. They repeat themselves, they exaggerate, because deep down they sense it. The laughter isn't landing the same way anymore, and they don't know why. This is where discipline replaces noise. While they're busy replaying the same jokes, you're building skill. While they're collecting approval, you're collecting proof, not for them, for yourself. No, no, no. You stop chasing the moment. You start stacking days, boring days, repetitive days, days with no applause. And that's exactly why it works. Because arrogance cannot survive boredom. It needs stimulation. It needs attention. It needs someone watching. The arrogant person doesn't train for resistance. They train for comfort, for being seen, for being praised. They skip the parts that don't shine. They rush the process. They assume talent is enough. But talent without humility plateaus fast. And when it does, frustration replaces confidence. They start blaming the environment, the people, the timing, anything except the mirror. Meanwhile, you're still moving, slowly, quietly, relentlessly. Here's the part no one warns them about. Laughter ages badly. What was funny once becomes embarrassing later. What looked confident becomes careless. What felt dominant becomes exposed. And time is unforgiving to arrogance because it keeps receipts. It remembers who prepared and who performed. When results start speaking, laughter suddenly sounds out of place. Forced, nervous, short-lived, and then it happens. The shift they never planned for. You don't announce it. You don't celebrate it. You simply show up differently. Sharper, calmer, more precise. The room notices before you say anything. The same people who laughed start watching, quietly, closely. Not because they suddenly respect you, but because they're confused. Their old version of you no longer fits. The arrogant person feels it last. That's the irony. They're always the final ones to realize the ground has moved. They keep playing the old role while the scene has already changed. No, no, no. Their jokes don't land. Their confidence feels rehearsed. Their certainty starts cracking under questions they can't answer. And now there's no laughter to hide behind, only comparison, only outcomes. This isn't about humiliating anyone. It's about alignment. Reality doesn't punish arrogance emotionally. It corrects it practically, with results, with positioning, with relevance. And relevance doesn't care how loud you were. It only responds to how prepared you are. The arrogant person thought presence was enough. You understood that substance decides everything. If you're still being laughed at, stay patient, not passive. Patient. Keep working where no one is clapping. Keep improving where no one is watching. Keep learning where no one is teaching you. Because the moment people stop laughing is not the moment you win. It's the moment they realize they misjudged the situation. And by then, you're already ahead. Now comes the phase that doesn't look dramatic from the outside. No spotlight. No announcement. Just weight. Responsibility. Expectations slowly shifting toward you. People don't laugh anymore. They measure. They compare. They wait. This is where many fail, because being underestimated is easier than being observed. Pressure is heavier when silence expects results. You feel it in small moments first. A pause before someone speaks to you. A question instead of a joke. A glance that lingers longer than it used to. Authority doesn't arrive with noise. It arrives with demand. And demand is uncomfortable, because now consistency matters more than potential. The arrogant person struggles here the most. They were built for moments, not for stretches of time. They know how to impress briefly, not how to endure steadily. No, no, no. When attention shifts away from them, they feel empty. When results are required, they feel exposed. Their confidence had no backup plan. You, on the other hand, have been training without witnesses. You've repeated the boring parts, corrected the small mistakes, strengthened the weak spots. No one else noticed. So when expectations rise, you don't panic, you adjust. Because this pressure feels familiar. You've been carrying it quietly all along. Here's the difference that decides everything. Arrogance reacts. Discipline responds. Arrogance rushes to defend its image. Discipline stays focused on outcome. One wastes energy maintaining appearance. The other invests energy improving capability. Over time, that gap becomes impossible to hide. People begin to trust what you do, not what you say. That's when influence shifts, not because you demanded respect, but because reliability earned it. Meanwhile, the arrogant person keeps talking, explaining, justifying. Their words increase as their impact shrinks. And everyone notices, even if no one says it out loud. This stage is dangerous in a different way, because pride can sneak in wearing new clothes. The temptation to look down on those who laughed before. No. Don't fall for it. Arrogance collapsing in others is not permission to grow it in yourself. The same trap destroys anyone who stops learning. So you stay grounded. You keep your routines. You protect your focus. You remember what it felt like to be underestimated, and you use that memory to stay sharp. Not bitter, not emotional, just aware. Because awareness is what keeps you growing when attention returns. By now, the laughter is gone, not replaced by applause, but by something heavier. Expectation, dependence, respect that doesn't need noise. And the arrogant person? They're still trying to recreate an old moment that no longer exists. Now the air feels different. Not tense. Clear. You're no longer reacting to the room. The room is reacting to you. Not because you demanded it, but because alignment has a weight people can't ignore. This is the phase where your presence does the talking before your mouth ever opens. And that kind of presence was never built in laughter. You notice how conversations adjust around you. People think before they speak. They choose words carefully. They ask instead of assume. It's subtle, but it's real. Influence doesn't announce itself. It rearranges behavior. And behavior is the only honest signal. The arrogant person can't survive here. This environment doesn't reward volume. It rewards clarity. It doesn't care how confident you sound. It watches what you deliver. No. So they feel misplaced. Their old tools don't work. The jokes feel forced. The posture feels stiff. Because this space demands depth. And depth can't be faked for long. You don't celebrate this shift. You respect it. You understand what it costs to maintain. Consistency, awareness, self-correction. You know one careless move can undo months of trust. So you stay alert. Not fearful, accountable. because accountability is what keeps strength clean. This is where leadership quietly begins. Not the loud kind, the dependable kind, the kind people lean on without asking permission. When problems show up, eyes move toward you. When decisions stall, your calm becomes the anchor. You didn't chase this role. It formed around you. Meanwhile, arrogance keeps trying to reclaim attention. They interrupt. They exaggerate. They remind people of who they used to be. But history doesn't impress anyone who's focused on results. The room has moved forward, and anyone stuck performing the past looks smaller every day. You've learned something critical by now. Respect is not taken, it's sustained. It's protected by discipline and destroyed by ego. No. That's why you watch yourself closely. You correct early. You listen longer. You stay teachable, even when others stop questioning you. This phase tests your restraint, because now you could speak louder. You could dominate conversations. You could return every laugh that once landed on you. But you don't. Because power that needs to prove itself is already leaking. True authority stays measured, intentional, controlled. People start coming to you privately. Not for approval, for direction, for perspective, for stability. That's how you know the transition is complete. When influence moves from public moments to quiet trust, from noise to reliance, and the arrogant person, they're confused, not angry anymore, just displaced. Watching a world they thought they owned function without them. This is not punishment. It's a consequence. A natural result of choosing appearance over preparation, volume over value. So if you've made it this far, understand this clearly. The goal was never to silence laughter. The goal was to outgrow it. No. Because laughter fades, attention shifts, but character compounds, and discipline keeps paying long after mockery forgets your name. This is the stage few talk about. After influence settles in, after respect stabilizes, after the noise fully disappears, what remains is not excitement, but duty. The kind that doesn't ask if you're ready. Because now your actions don't just affect you, they shape outcomes for others. And that weight is heavier than any laughter ever was. You start noticing how carefully you move, not out of fear, but awareness. Every choice leaves a trace. Every reaction teaches something. People don't copy your words. They copy your behavior. That realization changes how you carry yourself when no one is watching. The arrogant person never reaches this stage, not because they aren't capable, but because they refuse the cost. Responsibility feels restrictive to them. Limits feel insulting. No. They confuse freedom with doing whatever they want, never realizing real freedom comes from control, from restraint, from choosing long-term impact over short-term validation. You've learned restraint the hard way, through silence, through patience, through being misunderstood and staying steady anyway. So when authority rests in your hands, it doesn't intoxicate you, it grounds you, because you remember how easily things can slip when discipline loosens. This phase asks a quiet question. Who are you when no one is challenging you anymore? When there's no opponent to react to, no laughter to rise above. That's where integrity shows itself. In how you treat those who can't offer you anything. In how you respond when mistakes are hidden, not exposed. You begin lifting others without announcing it, creating space, sharing clarity, correcting without humiliating. You do it because you understand the damage arrogance causes when it sits above others. You refuse to become what once stood in your way. There's a calm confidence here, not loud, not defensive, just stable. You don't rush to be seen. You don't panic when ignored. No, because you've internalized something permanent. Your value doesn't depend on reaction. It depends on consistency. This is where legacy quietly forms. Not a name, not a title, but a pattern, a standard people remember even when you're not present. They remember how you handled pressure, how you stayed composed, how you didn't change when circumstances finally favored you. And the arrogant person? They're still searching for a stage that no longer exists, still chasing echoes of laughter that moved on without notice. Not defeated, just irrelevant, because relevance belongs to those who adapt, not those who demand attention.